So, Angel, why don't you tell us something about yourself real quick?
It's all a matter of what you're wanting to know.
Just like anything that you can share or you're willing to share, across like about the server or something like that.
If you're talking about the server, yeah, I mean it's pretty straightforward. We all we all band together, have some fun, do some good training sessions. Most of the people you meet in the server is relatively friendly, willing to help you out on a moment's notice. There's no tolerance for childish behavior. What was that?
What?
I don't know. Something came through my end, like a weird noise. Um, and I generally think it's a good place to come if you're wanting a good Milsim experience with some like-minded people.
Yeah. Now, mainly the reason why I joined the server was one day I was like scrolling through the Onward stuff, like, you know what, I want to play Onward more. I don't play it enough. So I was scrolling through the Onward Discord trying to find like a good milsim to join that would supply me with a fun experience while also being like pretty decently accurate to like real world. So I found this server, joined, and didn't expect to stay, but I did anyway because I found it really, really fun. Just it was hard to get in
Wait, hold
training
on,
for like
Berserker,
the
are you
first few
video,
weeks. Huh? Yes, Colonel?
video thing? That was totally just flicking off the camera.
Yeah, I'm recording a video. I'm interviewing Angel, so it's fine. If you want to, you can go ahead and mute.
Oh, I'm gonna mute myself and put my camera away so you don't watch the illegal activities I'm about to partake in.
What? Huh? Alright. Is there
Um,
anything else you would like to share about the server, Angel?
As far as the ranking system goes that we have, show that you have a lick of sense, you can follow orders, and you got some common sense. You'll go far.
Alright. So, is that all that you would like to say?
Unless you got any other questions you got for me.
Not really. I guess that is
hold on,
so far
hold on,
good.
I got one. Angel,
Alright.
how does it feel to be our resident rocket in the ranks?
The one and only, baby.
I'm so confused what just happened. I'm just gonna act like that never happened. Anyway, next interview. My voice cracked really bad there. Let me go ahead and pause the recording. Alright, so Colonel, what do you think of like the server in general? Like anything that you want to say about it. Or the people.
Ooh, that's a good question. That's a good question for many reasons. All right, well, we've had our ups and downs. I'm not gonna lie about that. We were dead for a couple months. I think twice. I think, but thanks to people like Angel, yourself, people like Cat, Aries, Unknown, who's probably had the least amount of play time while having the most amount of active time in the actual server. Um, I don't know. I think pretty early we kind of transcended the whole goal, in all honesty. Because, I mean, originally it was just supposed to be, typical run of the mill sim group that's a bit more realistic than the others. And it very, very rapidly turned into something else. Where, like, yeah, sure, the focus is the role play and the onward group and blah, blah, blah. But I mean, like, I find myself waking up itching to figure out what kind of conversations y'all had with each other. Trying to find out like what crazy chaotic thing unknown wants me to watch, or talking to people like Bio and Trance and shit like that. People like Angel, who me and him have both come to agreement that if me and him just grew up in the same town, he'd be the closest friend I ever fucking had. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's I think no matter what happens, no matter what our future holds, well, no matter what, guaranteed it was worth it. But I think no matter what, there's always gonna be some kind of remnant of this group sticking around. Because I mean, I've seen you guys defend the rules that some of you at first didn't even agree with. Like, in my brain, what that tells me is that you have grown accustomed to the group and you enjoy it and cherish it or respect it enough that even if you don't agree with some of the rules we have, you're still going to be like, hey man, this is how we do it here. And I think that's probably like the coolest fucking thing. And in my honest opinion, is just how close we've all gotten to each other. Like Kat, me and Julie aren't fucking joking when we say we want you to play music at our wedding. You're an internet stranger who's technically underage. To most people, that's fucking weird. To me, that's fucking awesome. I don't know about y'all, but to me, that I don't know. I think that's probably one of the coolest things we have going in the server. It's just the sheer volume of family feel that we all have.
Hmm. Well, is there anything else you would like to say at all?
In a sense, would you say we're more of a family than a roleplay group?
Oh, hands down. Especially if you start to try to compare us to other people. Hands down.
Well, I'm not really comparing you to other people. It's just I'm seeing what everybody thinks of each
Well, no.
other.
So the reason I say that is because that's how we started. Like that is our root. Was me, a buddy of mine, some friends of his, and then some mutual friends that we had all got together. Like, hey, 98% of these groups are kind of bullshit. Like, not only do they not do RP stuff, but the RP stuff they do has to do with like childish raids that all started because, like, hey, you want to be my friend? Ooh, I shot you in the face. Now I'm gonna raid your server. Like, that's literally that's our roots. Like, that's how we started. So I think the whole, as much as I don't like to compare us to people, like it is kind of important to do because like that's where we started. Was literally like we don't want to be like the 98%. We want to be the group that actually does what these groups were made for. Like I don't know if you guys have been in the RP community for a long enough time, but like it. This is where they start. Is the groups that actually want to simulate a realistic scenario slash situation slash whatever, and then the onward community just kind of got the shit end of the stick and it just turned into children raiding each other, and I don't know, that's I talk too much, feel free to cut me off whenever.
No, you're good. I'm just trying to see what other people think of the server, what's going on, especially from your point of view, because you're the one who basically kind of started it all and did the most here by far.
Oh, since this isn't a video, I know that not pretty much none of you ever actually got a chance to talk to him, but Mr. K is the only reason this group exists, because that guy I told you about, the reason that I got into it, the reason that I made the group, he ended up bailing on me as a friend entirely. Like we don't talk anymore. And he basically like deleted the group and then remade the group and then passed it on to me and said, "All right, I'm done," and then deleted his Discord. And Mr. K was the only other dude in the server at that point because he took all of his friends with him. And Mr. K was like, I was saying something. He said something about like you got to get this up and going. You know what I mean? Like we both want this to happen. And I said something like I don't even think I want to do it anymore. And then he said like no, something. It's been deleted, so I can't even pull it back up. But if it wasn't for Mr. K basically being the only person in this server, we would not have this at all. And I know that life has taken him away from us to the extent that like I don't even talk to him all that much. I reach out every like month, but it's rare for him to actually be able to get on Discord. But like that man will forever be in our goodnight messages for that sole purpose. That he is literally the lifeblood that started this server. And I'm the one that runs it. I've been the face of it the whole time, but like A1 would not have started if it wasn't for him.
Well, thanks for telling me why there's a name called Mr. K in our goodnight messages. I've been wondering that ever since I joined the server. So, now I know. Also, by the way, a few times during this entire recording, your camera went 8-bit a few times. I could see each individual pixel in your camera.
That's because four of us are five of us are running cameras right now.
Alright. Well, is that all that you would like to say?
Not really. I feel like I've already kind of said too much. I really just want to answer your questions. I like watching your interviews. I watched
Oh,
all your videos, by the way. Every time it
thank you.
pops up, I get a notification and I click it and I watch it.
Thanks. I'm mainly doing this for the server, not just for me. At some point, if it ever does end up getting monetized, then I do possibly want to share some of the profit with you. It's like, I don't know if you heard that, but why? Why?
Dude, I appreciate the gesture more than I will ever appreciate any amount of money you could give me. Now, if you're talking like you're making $10,000 a week, yeah, it'd be cool if you could slide your man's like $1,000 off of that because like that'd be cool. But like
Well, I
if
was
it's like
planning
you're making
50%.
$50 a video, I'd way rather you get that $50 because you're still underage. You can use that money, save that money, put it towards shit.
I am
You're gonna give me
poor.
$50, bro. It's gonna go in the gas tank. It'll be gone by Friday. Plain and simple.
Yeah. So maybe at like the second milestone for the monetization, like because there is separate milestones, then I will probably start making at least 1,000 and give you at least partial, however much you want, because you're the one who kind of started this entire thing. Because I got the idea basically from you. I don't remember how, but I got it from you somewhere.
Probably back when we had one of our three people that wanted to do photography and videography for the server, and you were like, "Hey, man, I have a YouTube. We could put stuff on there." And then, like, all of a sudden, you came back to you and you were like, "Hey, so check out this thing. Send me your email so that you can be part of it." And I was like, "Fuck yeah, that's awesome." Sorry, I'm not allowed to curse, am I?
Yeah, well, it's past the first minute, so you're good. If it's
Sweet.
like
Okay.
within the first
Voice
minute, then we're
failure.
good. Like if it's within the first minute, then I have to bleep it out in YouTube Studio, but that's it. But since I monetize, it doesn't exactly matter. So
Keep the habit. I get it.
yeah, I gotta do it early on, otherwise these early videos will not be monetized and any of that. So. Alright, I think that's about all. Does anybody else in this channel would like to ask Colonel a question? Go ahead and do it real quick. And ask him something. I'm asking for audience participation. Please. Please.
Who by far is the most chaotic person in this group?
In the entire server?
Me.
Entire server.
Well, first off, I'd have to exclude recruits and some of the PVTs, PVT2 or PV2s, because I don't know them well enough. But let's start chunking
Please
it.
say
So
me, please say me,
Jarhead's on
please say
that
me.
list, Banana's on that list, Unknown's on that list, Ares is on that list.
Ares is in this list.
Burner's somewhere low. Filter's definitely on that list. Who else is in there? Warren's in that list. Hunter's in that. Tex is in that list. All right, so Hunter's probably somewhere in the middle. Warren's somewhere up top. Filter's somewhere up top. Ares is probably Ares has been mellowing out, so actually I'd probably pull Ares down a little bit since recent events. Banana's mellowed out. Jarhead mellowed out too, but he also has been dealing with life, so I'm not surprised. Probably, I don't know. Probably like Filter or Warren.
Warren.
Okay, so hold on.
I'd say
So
Filter.
it depends on what the specific criteria is, because like technically, Filter's been screamed at more than once, but like Warren never stops doing the things that I yell at him for. You know what I mean? Like it's so. Yeah, it'd probably be that. In our history, probably Hawk. Hawk and Confused were probably the worst, most chaotic people. But I mean, that also doesn't include the ban list or the kick list, because I mean, there's also some people in the ban list that were a part of the server for a period of time, and they were just absolutely fucking bonkers.
There are some
So, yeah.
people in the ban list that will never join the server for certain things.
No. See, I don't know. Everyone that has the ability to ban people knows if you get banned you have to really fuck up. Like, I'm very fair, you know what I mean? Like, I'll just kick you if you're doing dumb shit. But if you're doing something that's just like flat out against the rules and you just don't give a fuck, you're getting banned. There's no way to get unbanned. Like, there's no, oh, I'm sorry that I was racist. Tough cookie. Like, you were racist. You're gone. Like, you're not, I'm sorry. Like, that's not something that gets erased. Like, I'm sorry I was homophobic to that person that you guys all seem to love. Like, oh, yeah, tough cookie. That sucks. Like, you're not coming back. Or somebody that the guy that the incident, which we don't talk about in detail because we're not supposed to, but
Oh,
the
yeah.
incident, that guy's not coming back. I don't even know what that guy's name was. All I know is that guy was a guy that got banned the fastest in the entire server. That shit was crazy.
Dude, I
It gave
remember
me
that, and I wish I
PTSD.
never
Pretty
experienced it.
good. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
wish I never witnessed it. I was the one who told Colonel.
All I
Yeah,
remember
that-
is opening Discord and just seeing a bunch of like weird messages like, wait, what happened?
yeah. What happened was lot of fucked up stuff.
Yeah.
And it was in the middle of the night too. Oh my god. Let's just say, long story short, recruits are no longer anybody that jumps into the server right off the bat, not allowed to share pictures anymore. Just not allowed. Or videos, or embed links, or anything of that nature. Gross.
Uh, I hope to never, ever experience that again because.
Oh no, see, it'll never happen again unless somebody knows about the server and how it functions, and is specifically that is their goal. Because in all honesty, it's not hard to get around it, but like it has to be your goal. You know what I mean? Like you have to say the right
Yeah.
buzzword. You know what I mean?
You have to basically be determined to do
Best.
that. You'd have to be
Yeah,
determined to get banned for that reason,
And
which
fun
is
fact,
kind
you
of
know what
dumb.
this server, if you're still recording and you still want me to say stuff about the server,
Yeah, I'm still recording.
I have noticed, I don't know if anybody else notices, I noticed it very, very quickly when it started happening. There are people that join this server with ill intentions. Not necessarily ill intentions, like here to raid or anything, but they weren't here to join necessarily, they were just here to be assholes. And
Oh,
they're
yeah, I know
some
what
of
you're
the
talking
best
about.
Long story
people
short,
we
they were here
have
to
in
waste
the
our time.
server. Like literally some of the best people we have in the server, and I think that says a lot about the server itself, because like you show up knowing what you're coming. Like our ad is very short and to the point now. I trimmed it down some, but like you know what you're walking into. So like if you come in knowing what you're walking into and you have that bad intention and then you stick around long enough to be like, hold up, this is actually pretty fucking cool. Like there was a dude that joined earlier. I'm not gonna say his name or anything, but it wasn't earlier today. It was relatively recently though. He joined. He was here for like a little bit. I think he filled out his welcome stuff. Maybe did his BAT. Maybe I'm not. I don't remember. And then he left, and I messaged him. I was like, "What's up?" And he was like, "Oh, yeah, I go around finding all the servers that are run by like 14-year-olds or like power tripping like little kids and stuff. And I just like troll them until they ban me. And you guys are actually pretty fucking cool. I kind of just left you alone." And then he goes, "Who was it? I think it was Rush. I think he goes, I also know Rush, and he's a pretty cool dude. So yeah." And I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that's awesome." So yeah, that's a pretty cool fucking thing I think about the server is that like there are people literally in the server that showed up not exactly wanting to be here, and now they're like some of our most active people, and that's fucking cool. In my opinion.
That's just me in a nutshell.
Rush, is that some ice cream I see?
Who is that? Is that Rush?
Yep,
Yeah,
yeah,
wait, hold on.
it says that.
All right, we got 2 minutes before
Yeah,
I
I
have
got
to
some ice
post
cream
the
here.
thing.
I literally,
Yo, ice cream.
I said hello to him, and I told him that he needs to do an interview next. We need to
All right,
record
yeah,
his
we'll
interview.
probably do his interview next. I'm gonna have to postpone the little server thing that I was gonna do by like a few minutes. That's it. A few minutes. That's all. All right.
God, I'm trying to
So,
pull out my
Colonel,
back, but I'm laying
uh,
down.
I'm gonna switch over to Rush now. If that's fine by you.
All right, let me turn on my lights. I'm gonna actually get
All
shirt
right.
on.
Rush, you are okay to unmute. Alright, if you
Oh, my
would
eyes.
like to, you can go ahead and turn on your camera. We are doing interviews, so if you want your camera on, you're good. If you don't, then you're also fine. So it's kind of up to you.
I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, we're just
I
doing
just saw y'all
interviews. It's
do-
fine. Just so long as you do not
everybody-
swear, we're good. For now.
Everybody except Cat should turn off their camera so that they get the best video quality. The reason I say everybody except Cat is because Cat's providing background music.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I gotta mute myself, but I'm away from my phone right now. Give me a second.
so Rush, go ahead and like turn on your camera if you want to. Just tell me if you can't. All right. So, Rush, go ahead and give me like your opinion on the server and everything. Like, what do you think about the server?
So far it's been very opening. Ever since I came in, just like trying to, recruit in a sense, since I'm
Yeah.
a recruiter. It's been very opening. I've had a lot of fun playing the co-ops and stuff with some of the people. And then yesterday was the first time I hopped in one of the training. That's pretty good. I had fun.
All right. Let's see here. I have a few other questions, so first of all, what rank are you, real quick? Just tell me real quick.
In the server or
The server.
private?
All right. So yeah, I do have actually a few more questions for privates. I always have more questions for the lower ranks. Let's see here. Let's start with, how did you like join the server? Like, what were you thinking when you entered the server?
Like I said before, I was reaching out to a bunch of the MilSim community groups, just trying to see if anybody was interested in, the military. I can give answers and stuff for that. That's pretty much.
All right. Let's see here. So you've been to like what? One training? Two? How many?
Correct. One.
One? All right. So, how was that first training?
It was good. I liked it.
All right.
It was ran really well too.
Yeah, my first few trainings that I ever went to were crap. They were not okay. Like, nobody showed up, and it ran really poorly. So, like, it took me a while before I even got to do my qualification, because it took a few tries before we could even get the qualification server up, because nobody was showing up. So, let's see. So, I kind of just ran out of questions. Normally I have more, but I don't have my list with me at the moment, so. Alright.
My apologies.
Well-
I was talking to my wife.
Yeah, it's fine. Is there anything else that you would like to say?
Hello.
Alright. Just remember, you're on YouTube now. Alright, I think we're done with the interviews now. Let me go ahead and full screen me real quick. Everybody just go ahead and, if you want to, turn on your camera, say whatever you want to before this ends. You got 10 seconds to do whatever you want.
Bruh. I don't have my mask over here. Forgot to grab it. Let me grab it.
Alright. We're all gonna go quiet and let Kat go ahead and do the outro.
Sure, got fucking covered, apparently.
Kat, go ahead and
Actually,
choose
have my
any
mask
music that
on.
you want
Let's
to
go.
for the outro. I've got you full screened at the moment.
Who?
Kat.
Oh wait, shoot.
But
Strike is high now. You're my icebound. Somebody's cold. It's giving me chills. Guess I'm screwed.
Alright. right, nice.
Finish
Well,
it off with a shot of Little Miss.
shot of Little
Bam.
Miss.
Say hi,
Look
little
at the
girl.
baby. Alrighty, adios.
Like shit.